Hi, I'm Melissa Picciola, an attorney at Equip for Equality. Voting is a fundamental right, and this video is intended to give you valuable information you may need when exercising that right. In Illinois, elections are run by election authorities. In most places, this is the county clerk, but in certain cities, it may be another entity. In order to vote in any election, you must be registered to vote. To register to vote, you must be a United States citizen, at least 18 years old, and you must have lived within your election precinct for at least 30 days prior to Election Day. Voter registration is available all year except for the 27-day period just prior to an election and during the 2-day period after each election. That's 1 day after in Chicago. If you move or change your name, you must re-register to vote. You can register to vote in a variety of ways: by mail, on the internet at the State Board of Elections website, and in person. If you register to vote in person, you must bring 2 forms of identification with you, including one that has your current address on it. If you miss the deadline for registering to vote, you may still be able to register and vote through grace period registration. You may do so by appearing in person at the Election Authority office or another location designated by the election authority. You will register and vote at the same time if you use this process. You should check with your election authority regarding the times and locations for grace period registration. When it comes to voting your ballot, you have a few options. Early voting allows voters to vote before Election Day by going to an early voting location chosen by the election authority. This is a convenient option for those who may not be able to get to the polls on Election Day. All early voting locations are required to be physically accessible. You should check the locations, days, and times for early voting with your election authority. You may also vote by absentee ballot, which is sometimes called voting by mail. Anyone can vote by absentee ballot for any reason. You may request an absentee ballot from your election authority by mail, in person, or on the internet on the election authority's website. The election authority will send you a ballot in the mail. You will fill this out and mail it back. If you return it by mail, it must be postmarked no later than midnight on the night prior to the election. You may receive assistance in marking your absentee ballot. If you return your completed ballot by mail, the person assisting you must sign the envelope stating that they assisted you. If you vote on Election Day but cannot enter the polling place because it is not accessible, or because you have limited mobility to enter the polling place, you may request curbside voting. You must be within 50 feet of the polling place. 2 election judges, 1 from each political party, will bring the ballot out to you. You will then mark the ballot and give it back to the election judges, who will make sure that it is counted inside the polling place. You should call your local election authority to request curbside voting at least 1 day before Election Day. This is the best way to make sure that you will be able to vote using curbside voting. It may be possible to arrange for curbside voting on the day of the election, but you should call the election authority to ask. If you need help voting your ballot at the polling place, you can receive help from any person you choose, with a few exceptions. The person who is assisting you is not allowed to try to influence you to vote in a certain way. That person will have to sign a paper saying that he or she assisted you. You may also ask the election judges for help. 2 election judges, 1 from each political party, must assist you in the voting booth. You will have to sign a paper stating that you have requested assistance. More information on voting can be found in the fact sheet entitled Exercising Your Right to Vote, and you should consult that for more detailed information.